Tens of millions of Americans, including 12 to 15% of school-aged children, already have permanent hearing loss, and increasingly, earbuds are to blame.
Joining us on the KOGO News Live Line is Dr. Nicole Klutz, who is an audiologist with Phonak, one of the country's largest hearing aid manufacturers. And sounds like you guys are going to be busy, Nicole.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me. Unfortunately, the hearing aid manufacturers are working very hard, and it's to find out what's going on with our youth today, and it's not only the population of senior citizens that we are used to thinking of with hearing loss and hearing aids anymore.
So this study by the World Health Organization, it's really about loud music. And what did the study find?
You're exactly right. So what this study looked at was the loudness levels of the music when wearing earbuds, so in our ear canals, in a very small, confined area. And what they found was that approximately 12 to 15%, so almost 5 million of the children in the U.S. have some hearing loss that is from excessive exposure to loud music levels for a long period of time. And when I say a long period of time, it can be over and over and over again. So it could be every morning walking to school or riding the bus, driving in the car, coming home in the afternoon or in the evening from work. What's happening is we are putting these earbuds into our ears. We want to relax and just kind of drown out the noise around us. But unfortunately, with that extra noise, we're turning the volume up higher and higher. And so our ear is constantly having to deal with this high intensity or high volume of noise. And we really don't get enough rest from it. So we start to see that the cumulative damage over time is starting to create hearing loss at younger and younger ages, unfortunately.
Now, Nicole, or I should say Dr. Nicole Klutz is with us here on the KOGO News Live Line. Is there a difference as to what happens to your ear when you're listening just to speakers? You know, we used to all just listen to speakers on the wall. Now people are using the earbuds. Are the earbuds more damaging than the noise from a speaker?
You're spot on. There is a huge difference. And one of the ways to think about it is when we were listening to speakers, we were in a room and the sound actually filled that whole entire room. So often we would turn it up louder because it actually sounded softer to us when we turned it on. So in comparison, earbuds, when we're putting them in our ear, think of that room as becoming extremely small now. So it's probably a 16th, if you will, of the size of a large room, if not smaller. So when we're putting that same amount of volume into such a small cavity like our ear canal, it's actually becoming even stronger or more intensified, the volume itself. So a shorter period of time that we're listening to it is actually going to cause more damage.
And this is all about decibels. What is safe and what is unsafe?
One thing I like to use as a landmark is just everyday conversation. And what that is if you and I are, as we are speaking now, if we happen to be in the same room, we could expect our conversation to be about 65 decibels. So that's just normal speech. We start to see shouting and just loud voices back and forth in noisy rooms at 80 to 85 decibels. And once we get above 85 decibels, that's when you're starting to see damage occur. So for comparison, traffic, a subway train can be about 90 decibels. And these earbuds that we're seeing on the market and that we're looking into can produce anywhere from 80 up to 110 decibels of volume. So it's really a lot of high-intensity sound that's being put and channeled into a very, very small place like our ear canal.
Now, what can parents do to make sure that their kids aren't able, because, let's face it, we'll tell them all we want, but sometimes they don't listen. What can parents do to make sure that they can't get that volume?
Sure. So this is a great question and something that I was doing some research on myself. And there are some, what I like to call limiters. There are some apps that are out there that let you set a level on your phone. Now, there is a caveat with that you have to be able to set it and then expect that your child, whether they're younger or older, won't go in and delete it or change it. But it's something worth looking into. I think one of the best things you can do is sit down and have a conversation with them about it and just be proactive and really explain to them that we know you're enjoying music. I like to do the same thing, but let's let's think about the long-term ramifications. So it's really important to know that your hearing, once you start to damage it, it's not going to come back. That natural sound quality is not going to come back. Yes, we have hearing aids. We have all different kinds of amplification systems, but really that enjoyment of how things sound now and how you love to listen to them, once that damage is done, it's done, and it's not going to be reversible. So just not trying to scare them, but just being proactive and really, if you have to, stay on top of them. If it's something you can hear their music when you're sitting next to them, or if they need to shout to ask you a question because they can't hear you if you're talking to them and they're listening to something, just kind of remind them in a very positive way and just be on top of it. But there are some things out there. Some of the companies, some of the different manufacturers with the cell phones now actually have warnings that show up on the phone that say, this is a very high volume level. Listening to this for a long period of time may be damaging to your hearing.
All right, Doctor. We've got to let you go. We're up against the clock, but Dr. Nicole Klutz, audiologist with Phonak, good advice about your kids and their earbuds.